Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. Now, was Liz Truss absolutely and beautifully taken down by Chris Bryant? Well, you decide. But let me set the scene for you. Our future Prime Minister, Liz Truss, who is still our Foreign Secretary, and at the time was still Foreign Secretary, appeared at a cross-party select committee meeting to discuss a number of matters, as you will find out. And boy, you will do. But here, Labour MP for Rhondda, if I remember rightly, Chris Bryant, wanted to ask her about authoritarian states, and more pertinently, in the Gulf state. Seen as though our Dizzy Lizzy was already tearing into Russia and China.
Just a quick question about humanitarian aid. The UK government has promised 220 million to Ukraine and surrounding countries. Why has only 60 million so far been spent?
Well, we've allocated the full 220 million to organisations, but it gets spent over time. And I believe the latest figure is around 100 million. So those organisations, once they've been allocated the funding, then need to deploy that funding over time. So it's all of the 220 million has been allocated.
You said, you were talking about authoritarian regimes earlier, and you've said that the UK should be a robust counterweight to authoritarian regimes and that we are ending our dependency on authoritarian regimes for energy. How would you describe the Gulf states?
I would describe the Gulf states as partners of the United Kingdom. We're currently negotiating a trade deal with the GCC. Now, is every country that we work with exactly in line with United Kingdom policy on everything? No, they're not, but they are important allies of the United Kingdom.
Hang on, Mohammed bin Salman, responsible for the murder of Jamal Khashoggi, no? Yeah?
What I would say is that Saudi Arabia is an important partner of the United Kingdom.
81 executions all on one day in Saudi Arabia, and you don't think that that's an authoritarian regime?
What I'm focused on is making sure that we are dealing with the major threats to the world. The number one threat we're dealing with at the moment is the threat from Russia. In order to do that, we need to make sure that we have alternative energy sources. And one of the key sources of energy is the Gulf region. We're not dealing in a perfect world. We're dealing in a world where we need to make difficult decisions. And I think it is right that we build that closer trading relationship with the Gulf states.
If a country is an authoritarian regime, it's fine to do business with it as long as the authoritarianism is only within its own borders. Is that right?
What we're facing with Russia is a regime that is actively seeking to invade sovereign nations and create a greater Russia, recreate the former Soviet Union. What we're seeing with China...
Yeah, but we went hand in cap to them for 12 years, and now
wrong.
We're doing the same with Saudi Arabia.
Well, I think that was wrong, the approach that was taken to Russia by the West. It was wrong.
In the Gulf trade document that you just published, you say the government will continue to hold those who violate human rights to account. How are you doing that in the Gulf states at the moment?
Well, these issues are raised regularly with the relevant ministers and leaders who we meet in the Gulf states. Our aim? I have personally, yes.
Well, your spokesman said that you hadn't. So what's the last human rights issue that you raised with a Gulf state leader?
I'd have to come back to the committee on the precise timing of that, but
Just tell us anything that you've said on human rights.
Well, I certainly have raised it when I was in...
Go on, tell us one now.
I'm just trying to remember my most recent visit, but I can assure you I have raised it, and I will write to you with the details.
You can't remember a single human rights issue that you've raised with a Gulf state leader?
Oh, I've raised particular issues when I've been in the Gulf about human rights issues. Well, I'm not going to go into all the details of private conversations, which I will come back to you on in due course.
I'll name one. Thanks, Jim.
Now I know this is about a month old, but I didn't bother with it because I'm sure I'd seen somebody cover this on one of their channels, and I just left it there thinking that'll probably be in the best bit of the lot. But I should have realised that this is Dizzy Lizzy, isn't it? And every time she opens her mouth, she's a waiting car crash to happen, isn't she? Every time she speaks. And now we're in recess. I'm a little bit at a loose end. And I decided to go back a little bit and see if I've missed any little gems. Boy, did I just. There's so many in there, I just didn't know where to start. But as I was watching it, I just sat there thinking, that's our future Prime Minister. And she's absolutely hopeless, isn't she? And if you think this is bad, wait till the next one. Boy, embarrassing. Right, anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.